Hey there, Internet friends. Welcome to another episode of Season 2 of That Ultimate Video Game List Show. I'm your host, Trevor Starkey from That Nerdy Site, and this is the show where each season a panel of friends and me try to create the ultimate top 20 video game list with two main bits of criteria, only one game per franchise and only one game per console. Joining me here on Season 2, we have Scott White from Irrational Passions and Dual Shockers. How you doing, Scott?
Doing well, just trying not to get sick.
Yeah, I think that's probably all of us at this point. We have podcast aficionado Brandon Gann. How you doing, Brandon?
Aggravated by the coronavirus outcome, but who is it these days, as just touched on?
Yeah, all of the things you love are getting canceled. That's sad. Rest in peace, March Madness.
Twist the knife.
We have Jonathan Xyger Landeros from My Xbox and Me. How you doing, Xyger?
I'm doing fine, just trying to live in Seattle, which is ground zero for all this corona stuff. Still doing okay, though.
Yeah, just social distancing, all that fun stuff. And rounding out the squad, we have Aaron Mahler from the Scootcast. How you doing, Aaron?
Haven't left my room in like 3 days, so...
The life.
Stir crazy.
That's also fair, yeah. A little bit of housekeeping. If you like what you hear, please remember to rate, review, like, subscribe, and share the podcast everywhere you can. If you're feeling generous, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/thatnerdysite. So the way this works is like this. For the first handful of weeks, everybody kind of took turns picking games and adding to the list until we had 20 games on the list, again, with only one game per franchise and only one game per console. And starting last week, we are in the ranking phase of this episode. So we're basically ranking 5 games per week until we have our number 1 slotted here in a couple weeks. Today we'll be going through games number 15 through 11. Just as a refresher, if you missed last week, game number 20 is Resistance Burning Skies from the PlayStation Vita. Number 19 is Bubble Bobble from the Nintendo Entertainment System. Game 18, Mischief Makers from the Nintendo 64. And then the two that ended up getting about the lion's share of last week's debate, Metal Gear Ghost Babel for the Game Boy Color at 17. Grand Theft Auto 5 came in here at number 16 for the Xbox 360, and largely that was because Brandon really wanted to fight to keep Uncharted 4 Lost Legacy onto this episode, and so I'm pretty sure, unless everybody has suddenly changed their minds in the last week or so, that Uncharted 4 is probably going to kick off the conversation today here at number 15. Everybody still on the same page for that?
I gave my word, so I am.
All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and lock that one in here right now at 15.
Please do.
And then we will dive into number 14. So who wants to throw out a suggestion for number 14 for the list?
Again, no one wants to say anything. I'll just say what's left at the bottom of my list, a game we haven't touched on yet, and it's actually 2 games at the bottom that are literally a coin flip for me, and I'm pretty sure they're going to still survive after this episode, but what's left, number 17 of our 20, or now number 14 of what's remaining, I have Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Absolutely not.
I figured the stuff from you, Brandon, would be the like Nintendo stuff that you haven't played, so... understandable, but I don't know where everybody else's Animal Crossing love in this panel falls outside of Aaron, who obviously submitted this one.
In terms of mine, up above New Leaf, because I have New Leaf at 13 for me, but the one that's previous to that is my 17 pick is Minecraft.
Okay.
So... I would kind of put Minecraft.
That one would be I'm sure Xyger is a champion of that one, but
yeah.
So Xyger or Aaron, what games would you have to throw into the mix here?
My number 14 updated is Halo Reach. I'm not a Halo fan, but I have very like that can go anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Animal Crossing at number 14, I'm fine.
Now you know how I felt.
I have...
Xyger, where are you at? Go ahead.
I have Animal Crossing actually at 13 also, but my lowest ranked game currently is still Star Wars KOTOR, which I had it at 16, but now if we put it here, it would be 14.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you guys feel about Star Wars KOTOR. Probably higher.
That's my number 13.
Oh. That's my number 4.
KOTOR is my number 5.
Okay.
So yeah, this is where we start diving into the fun, like, oh, we got a couple people that are really on the side of this, and then a couple people that just are really not. So Trying to see if any other ones jump out to me as like in the mix for this part of the conversation, but yeah, I don't know. I will kind of of the four that have been mentioned there: Minecraft, Animal Crossing, KOTOR, and what was the fourth one?
Minecraft?
I said Reach.
Oh, Halo Reach. Yeah. It's a lot of it's half of those are Xyger games, right? And the other half are no. It's a I don't know. I'm trying to like do too much calculation here.
One
in my
is
head right now.
Brandon, one is Aaron's, two are mine.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So where else? Where? So we've got like a Aaron being a very strong champion for Animal Crossing New Leaf. And Aaron, you want to put Halo Reach kind of above that. So where does everybody else fall on Halo Reach, I guess?
I have it at number 4, but I'm biased.
My
I have
Reach-
it at number
or-
5.
Number 6 for me.
God
Okay.
damn it.
So sounds like you're gonna lose that fight there, Aaron.
That's all right.
So I'll pull that one out of the running for right now. So we're at Animal Crossing, Minecraft, or God, why do I keep blanking on this?
Minecraft,
was it?
KOTOR.
KOTOR, yeah.
Yeah.
So where do people fall on KOTOR then? I know Brandon and Scott have it high.
It
Where
was
you
my
at?
number. It was my number 13.
Okay.
It was my 16, so
Yeah. Okay. So we're a little split on KOTOR still. How about Minecraft? Where does everybody sit on that one?
Minecraft is my number 11.
Minecraft is my number 7 at the bottom of the list of the games that I played. However, background fact about this one when I was ranking it, it was the most difficult one for me to rank because I had a hard time trying to decide if I wanted to put it down into the realm of the games like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley because I see those similar in like not having an end. And the only reason why I had Minecraft is because I had friends convinced me to get it, and so that's why it's so high on my list because I just at the end of the day I felt it was disingenuous to myself that I could not consciously put games I had never played above something that I did. But for the likes of like Minecraft, I'm super flexible and malleable, but it's number 7 on my list by default.
Mm-hmm. And Scott, where do you fall on Minecraft?
Minecraft is 17 for me.
Okay. So sounds like Minecraft. It's probably between Minecraft and Animal Crossing here then.
So what if we just make it Minecraft? You know, let Animal Crossing live another day. Maybe just by chance.
I mean,
I
Brandon,
think
where did you
Animal
have
Crossing is
Crossing?
going to be in this episode regardless.
God damn it.
Same. I have it at
Yeah,
13. Scott, you said you also had it 13?
Yeah, mine was New Leaf was also 13 for me.
Brandon, where did you have it?
Again, it's the lowest remaining ranked game on my remaining list. Of the 14 remaining, it's 14, and of the overall 20, it's number 17.
Yeah.
It's my number 4.
Oh. So do you want to try and like wheel and deal like Brandon did last week there, Aaron?
I just like, can I at least have it number 13? Like, just like one above? Can we put Minecraft at 14 and New Leaf at 13?
How does the panel feel for that one?
Is that allowed?
I mean,
As I said, for me personally, everything that was 8 through 20 or 8 through 19, excuse me, was like super malleable. So I'm completely fine putting Minecraft below Animal Crossing. Like, again, I am completely flexible with a large amount of games here, so I'm very open.
So Xyger, you're really the only probably champion there for Minecraft at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Are you okay with Minecraft going first and then Animal Crossing New Leaf?
Yeah, I can live with that. I just want on record Minecraft was my number 1 game because it's just the most like open game to like what anyone could do in it. But yeah, I'm okay with Animal Crossing be above it on the list overall.
I mean, I can appreciate that, and we I think we suffered the same kind of thing in season 1 where Cameron's number 1 game obviously was Tetris Effect, and that one didn't end up like that high on the list because he was such an outlier on that. So just got to get you back on a panel some season with a whole bunch of other Minecraft fans, and then you all can champion behind that game and then have fun with the rest of the list.
you know,
Yeah.
What
What do you got, Scott?
No,
what do you got
here
for
it
us?
comes.
how would people be about? And I was just thinking about this because have you guys heard, or did you guys see the news story this past week of the uncensored library in Minecraft?
Yeah, I did. I saw that. Yeah.
I did not.
I did not.
Basically, you can go ahead. And
go
tell it,
ahead,
Scott. I did not read the article really. I only saw the gist of the story, but the gist I got is people are using Minecraft servers to kind of be able to showcase and like store and save like stuff that would be censored in other more authoritarian countries and stuff. So they're getting around those kinds of guidelines and restrictions by getting it into Minecraft. Is that
yes
fair assessment, Scott?
Yeah, Writers Without Borders has basically created a giant library that anyone can stop in and take a look at, and they're basically using Minecraft's tools to transcribe their articles that are censored and blocked in various countries into books that you can read, that anyone can read in this library.
You see, look at the crazy things that can be done in Minecraft.
Exactly, and that's why I'm like
now
thinking
you're
of
playing
that.
a moral game with my heart, all right? Because now I'm the bad guy. If I keep championing, if I keep saying that Animal Crossing is better than Minecraft, I'm the bad guy now. God, come on.
You're against censorship if you think Animal Crossing is better. Animal Crossing has not saved those kinds of issues. Has not tried to tackle those kinds of things. I mean, we'll see with New Horizons. It could be a brand new horizon for them, but I doubt it.
That's next week.
Exactly.
But I'm just thinking, like, this isn't something... My basis of swapping, now that I think about it, New Leaf and Minecraft is kind of what Brandon touched on, or, Xyger touched on, I believe it was. Just all the crazy possibilities, things you can do in Minecraft. And
like people
just
have made
with
actual computers
uncensored
in Minecraft.
library, exactly. Just because of that, and while I don't personally play Minecraft, or I didn't enjoy Minecraft as much as Animal Crossing New Leaf, what Minecraft can do, especially with this uncensored library thing, I want to reverse it. I want to put New Leaf below Minecraft.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, Brandon, how do you feel?
Minecraft is definitely a powerful tool with all the building blocks it has at its disposal. Brandon, where do you fall?
Between Animal Crossing and Minecraft, like I completely respect Minecraft. I think some of the creativity, like the things that can be done and built, is really hard to wrap your head around. I know there's like working calculators that somehow people built out of redstone. I know like one-to-one or attempting to be one-to-one scale models of world-famous architecture, and it's like all kinds of like systems that you can manipulate with the materials in Minecraft. It's fascinating. It's something that I sure don't have the mental willpower to really come up with any interesting things like that. But when I put it in comparison to Animal Crossing, it's kind of like my personal downside with both of those kinds of games is that, and please correct me if I'm wrong in regards to Animal Crossing, is that there's not really quote unquote an end. Like, sure, in Minecraft, there's like the Ender Dragon you can defeat, and that's kind of, again, quote unquote, the end of the game. But those are games that like just go on indefinitely, in perpetuity, and those are the kinds of games that it's just like not for me. I don't care if a game is long per se. I just would like to have something that is a goal that when I reach that goal, that's it. I can put down the game and go to something else. And so between the two, it's like, yeah, okay, I can see Minecraft for having its ability to inspire creativity, have all kinds of these things. And then on the other hand, Animal Crossing is one of those kinds of games where it's like therapeutic. You can just chill out, build up your little town, village, what have you, or an island, as next week is going to be the case, whatever it is. So it's like 6 one way, half dozen the other for me. I'm good either way. I have no real stake in either of them. So whichever way we decide, I'm completely fine with, one way or the other.
Okay. And so, Aaron, it seemed like you were also kind of recognizing that this would be a tough battle to make for Animal Crossing over Minecraft.
You put me in a hard place here, Scott.
I'm sorry. I believe in free journalism.
Yeah.
See, I appreciate you, Scott.
No, see, because so do I. And now I have a moral dilemma. I didn't.
Minecraft is more than just a game. It is a way of life and supporting said life.
Okay, see, now he's going too far with it, and now I want to double down.
I get that. I call that the Xyger effect, actually.
Yep.
But I'm not. This isn't
You're
a
gonna
fight.
relinquish
This isn't
Animal
a fight
Crossing
I
here?
can win. No, It's just me at this point. So whatever.
All right, so we're gonna put Animal Crossing New Leaf here at 14, and unless somebody wants to make the case for Minecraft to keep going up the list, are we good with Minecraft being here at 13? Obviously, Xyger still has the plaudits of being your number one game.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen though. I accept that.
Yeah. How are you gonna feel that that Kirby Air Ride is above Minecraft?
Kirby Air Ride deserves to be as high as it can be.
All right, so Minecraft going in here, locking in at number 13 as well. Just before we kind of move on, Aaron, are there any last Animal Crossing New Leaf thoughts you want to share? And I didn't give Brandon Uncharted 4 love because he got plenty of that last week's episode. But any final parting words here for Animal Crossing New Leaf, Aaron?
I'm sorry I failed you. And
how many Tom Nook bells do you owe because you weren't able to get it higher on the list?
God, he's coming for me now. Tom Nook's coming for me.
Just delete the save and they won't remember.
The weird in the news parallel that I would say to the uncensored library of Minecraft is I remember seeing stories in the last week or so of there being the first billionaire in Animal Crossing New Leaf. Yeah, somebody basically has been playing that game enough to get 1 billion bells in that game with everything else paid off. So, that's it. I fall more in Brandon's camp of I like the games having kind of a goal that I'm working towards, and these games definitely fall in the camp of you make your own goal to work towards, and somebody out there said I'm going to work towards the goal of 1 billion bells, and they have achieved it. So shout out to them in Animal Crossing New Leaf. Okay, and then I think we've kind of shared Minecraft love in that it is such a malleable tool, in addition to being a fun kind of survival build your own world game. But Xyger, anything else you want to say on it before we move forward?
I never really talked about the PC version of Minecraft and all of the mod support, like fan created mods like Sky Factory. They have this new Pokemon mod, I forget, Pixelmon I think is what it's called. But yeah, just the community support around Minecraft is mind-blowing, and seeing all the cool creative games that they've done. Some guy recreated Portal in Minecraft with working portal guns and everything. So if you are a fan of Minecraft and aren't a huge fan of the never-ending aspect of it, like both Trevor and Brenda were talking about, look into the fan-created mods because those have certain different end games. Another person recreated the entirety of Ocarina of Time in Zelda, and you can play that in Minecraft, and it functions and it works. But yeah, just look into the crazy mods that are on the PC version of Minecraft.
Yeah, it is a game that, again, I feel like just I was born in the wrong time for it, but had I been born, 10, 15 years earlier, I would have been all about it. So, alas, Minecraft, you sit here at number 13. So we got 2 more games for this episode, and if last episode was anything to go by, especially since these are the 2 games that will take us into the top 10, and everybody's going to want their games in the top 10. Where are we sitting? So we still had kind of KOTOR on the table there, as half the panel really loves it and half the panel is kind of meh on it. Where are we thinking Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Okay, I don't like that you're automatically assuming that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 isn't in everybody's top 10. Okay,
and no, honestly, that is just me because that of the games that I'm still looking at, it is probably the one that I'm just least in the loop on.
I had it at 12.
Yeah, that's my
It's
13.
at 9 for me.
Okay. So it might still hit the chopping block this episode, but we can circle back to that. Remind me again where other people had Halo Reach. Scott and Brandon, it was higher on your list, right? That was
I had
why
it at
pulled that
6
one out
for
of the
me.
conversation.
Mine was at 6.
Yeah.
Mine's at 4.
5.
Yeah. Okay. So no point in revisiting that one quite yet. And you guys are all like pretty much locked in on Kirby Air Ride making it to the top 10. So
Absolutely.
Yep, that's right, Brandon.
Again, I
any
gave my word.
So yeah. So Xenoblade and KOTOR, any other games you guys want to throw into the mix here for this part of the conversation here at number 12?
I think we should keep the open-ended games all together. I'm nominating Stardew for 12.
Stardew?
And that was
Okay.
literally right above Animal Crossing for me. As I intimated when I started by introducing Animal Crossing, I see both of them as kind of the same without having any goal. The only reason why I have Stardew higher is because, and again, please correct me if this is a wrong interpretation, there's more things you can do in Stardew Valley as opposed to Animal Crossing. And on a completely subjective bias, I personally think that Stardew's art style is better to me than Animal Crossing's.
I would say so. Stardew is definitely like an endless kind of game, but you do have an objective in these, typically in these games, and Stardew is included in that. And that, like, if you don't fix your farm and don't have good relationships with the town and stuff, by the end of year 2, you'll get effectively a game over. So you are working towards like a successful, thriving farm and relationships with the town on a set deadline. And like in my personal playthrough of Stardew Valley, that also happened to coincide with like the day that my kid was born in the game, and so I was like, you know what, that is a perfect endpoint for this story for me. You get kind of the closure of you've restored your family farm. I had already restored the youth center or whatever, the community center, and then I had a family and a kid, and so I was like, that is a natural endpoint. I could have kept playing and moved into kind of the mindless, just get all sorts of money mode, but I did not at that point. So that's the only kind of extra little wrinkle I would throw into that argument there. But I certainly could see Stardew, and I like Scott's kind of symmetry of all these games being kind of together here on the list. Xyger and Aaron, where do you guys sit on Stardew Valley?
I love Stardew
I had it
Valley.
at 11.
I love Stardew Valley. I'm fine. It was in my top 10. But if we keep putting games below it, that means Xenoblade Chronicles 2 gets boosted up. And I'm okay with that.
My guy.
You
I gotta pick my battles.
Smart.
Okay. So Stardew, is everybody okay with Stardew then here at number 12?
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Xyger, I mean, if you want to make a case for other stuff.
Like, the only other game that's currently in the conversation right now are Xenoblade and Star Wars KOTOR, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But if you want to throw in like one completely outside of that box.
Well, the only other game I have ranked lower is Kingdom Hearts 1, but I'm pretty sure that's a losing battle, right?
That is a losing battle. I gave up on Animal Crossing. I ain't giving up on Kingdom Hearts. That ain't even my game.
Yeah, I think you have some allies on that one too, Aaron. So, I guess if you want to, because you are the one that's coolest on KOTOR. So why should Stardew Valley rank higher than Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic in your eyes, Xyger?
Okay, so it's hard to say exactly since I haven't played Star Wars KOTOR, so I don't really know how that holds up now. I know when I think it was Brandon who nominated it, said that you were currently replaying through the game and you were surprised how well it held up on Xbox One because of backwards compatibility.
Yep.
But,
In terms of graphics and in terms of performance.
Okay. So, I think Stardew Valley, I could be completely off base, but it's, not infinitely replayable, but you can always hop back into it, especially on different platforms. Like, I originally played it on PS4, but then I bought the game on Switch, and playing it again there, it's like, oh, it's almost a brand new experience, even though you're basically doing the same things over again. And I feel like it holds up well enough, more so than something like Star Wars KOTOR does. I feel like more people will easily be able to get into Stardew Valley because it is a more casual experience, whereas KOTOR is like a hard-rooted, deep Western RPG. There's a lot of different mechanics, and again, I don't know how all of that holds up today because I haven't played it at all or recently, so I could be off base on that, but that's just how I feel. I don't know about the rest of the panel.
I would say, so Scott and Brandon, I think you're the biggest champions here for KOTOR. Do you have any rebuttals?
Well, I would say just with KOTOR, you can kind of get the same gist because you can play a completely different character. Just from, it has an incredibly deep and rich level, like RPG system to it, even taking out the morality choices that kind of was a highlight of KOTOR. So just with different character builds and things along those lines. Plus, in terms of being completely different and being able to pick it up on different platforms, KOTOR's on a bunch of different platforms. You can play it mobile. You can play it on PC. You can play it on Xbox. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they brought it to mobile a year or two back, I think.
Yeah. And it's got really good mod support on PC. You can do a lot of really good things, really cool things with it. And just overall, and I agree, there is a lot of replayability and you can approach things differently in Stardew. But I just think the options between morality and the different character builds in KOTOR, I just enjoyed it a lot more. Plus, it has the really good story associated with it. So that's why I have it higher, a good deal higher than Stardew.
I was just checking to see, since this is the only game we have kind of as a carryover from Season 1, where it had ranked in Season 1. And in Season 1, it ranked at 13. So it has already outlasted the Season 1 list on this season with this new panel. Since it can't be higher, or can't be lower than 12 here. So I'm gonna, sorry to do this to you, Aaron, but I'm gonna throw Xenoblade Chronicles 2 back into the conversation.
Don't you dare! You stop this. This is slander. You're just coming for me.
Well, so give us the argument of why Xenoblade, and I think you've already kind of got Scott on your side on this one, since he was the one who suggested Stardew here at number 12. But why should Xenoblade survive past Stardew or KOTOR? Basically,
I can't speak for
right
KOTOR,
right now I'm looking at. Sorry, I was just gonna say, like, right now it sounds like these three might be the kind of the next three games on the list. So I'm trying to figure out which of these is going to end up making it to next week's episode versus which are the two that are going to get left here in the 15 to 11 slots. So that's kind of where the conversation is headed, it seems. So go ahead.
I can't speak for KOTOR because I've never played KOTOR, so I can't speak on that. But in my opinion, Stardew Valley is just like, it's like it's just like really good like filler to me. Like, I wouldn't play it for like hours on end, but it's good, like, oh, I'm not doing anything, so I can play it while I watch TV or something. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is like one of the best JRPGs I've played ever. And its story is amazing, and its world is beautiful, and its battle system's great, and I can't sing its praises enough.
Okay. And Scott, you're on the Xenoblade train as well, right? Anything to add in favor of Xenoblade?
Just that kind of shouting exactly what he said as well. It's a fantastic game, which really deep world, lots of side quests you can do, great characters. Pyra Mithra for life. She's awesome. Yeah, it's just a really, really good RPG. Like, it's Breath of the Wild in terms of scale, and just a lot of. Yeah, I'm gonna fight to keep this in the top 10. So.
Okay. And Xyger, you're a fan of Xenoblade as well, right?
Yeah, I like Xenoblade, but I have it ranked 12. The only reason I have it as low is because I haven't finished Xenoblade 2, and from what I have played of it, I still enjoyed the first game more. I'm hoping that the story catches up with me and I start enjoying Xenoblade 2 more than I am at the moment. But right now, I'm still like, oh, Xenoblade 1, I prefer.
Gotcha. So then I guess with those arguments in mind, it sounds like Stardew maybe still here at the number 12 slot. Is that a fair reading of the room?
Okay, how about we put Star Wars at 12 and Stardew at 11 so we can have Xenoblade in the top 10, right, Aaron? How do you feel about that?
Listen, Stardew and KOTOR, I just can't, like, I can speak on Stardew. Like, personally, I'd put Stardew above KOTOR, because I've never played KOTOR, but, Xyger, I don't know if I want to make deals with you, buddy.
Well, why?
Listen, I feel like personally, and I mean this with a lot of respect and admiration, I feel like I'd be making the deal with the devil in the beginning of Cuphead.
Look. You get your game in the top 10, everything works out. You haven't played KOTOR. It's fine.
Exactly, and the thing, of course, that he's specifically not highlighting is that if Xenoblade is at number 10, that means Kirby Air Ride gets up to number 9 or higher.
No, I'm doing this completely well aware that Kirby Air Ride will be 10, and Xenoblade will probably be number 9. I just want Stardew to be up as high as possible.
Okay,
so I'm trying to put KOTOR under the bus.
I don't like this, like, you're throwing
you.
down that Xenoblade can't make it into the top 5, alright? You're really just pushing this whole, like, all of you, not you, Scott, but
sorry,
Trevor,
that's
and
fair.
you guys are all pulling this, like, Xenoblade's obviously going to be in this episode. Like, it's not one of the greatest RPGs of all time, okay?
That is absolutely fair. At the same time, though, I'm looking at stuff like Super Mario Galaxy or Final Fantasy VII that we haven't even, like, discussed.
I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2
panel.
above both of those. Get out of here, Super Mario Galaxy. Get out of here, Final Fantasy VII.
One that hasn't come up yet, but I'm curious where it maybe falls, is Scott's round 1 pick of Diablo 2. It's kind of... I feel like back when we originally discussed it, not too many people had played it, and so I'm kind of curious where we're sitting at that in terms of where that falls on the list. If that should be considered in the conversation here or not.
No, it shouldn't.
I have it at 8.
I'm just, no.
I mean, obviously you don't think so, Scott.
I keep putting it higher. Like, I keep allowing it, like, keep pushing it higher into my top 10 because I'm pulling a Brandon on the, like, it would be very easy, because I love Diablo 3, it's very easy to get me to play Diablo 2.
Same.
Like, I know that if I played Diablo 2, I'd like it, because I love Diablo 3. So, it's just kind of, like, a given that it'd be, like, yeah, I'd rather put Diablo 2, like, above KOTOR and Stardew Valley. Not Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but that's not the conversation we're having right now. Stardew and KOTOR and, like, Halo Reach. I'd put
You
it
can't
above
do that to Reach.
Hey,
Hey,
we're
yeah,
all
I think-
quarantined, like, for who knows how long. Let's play, like, let's start up new characters in Diablo 2. Let's play. Let's do this.
That requires me to be a PC gamer.
I am a PC gamer, so get out of here, console.
Gross.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Well, a couple other games that haven't really been introduced into the conversation yet that I'll throw out there are Pokemon Heart Gold and Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Those would be some of the other potential contenders that, based on kind of the conversation to date, I don't know where they will fall, so I kind of want to throw them
Smash,
out there.
for me, I'm feeling Smash Wii U at 11.
No.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Unacceptable.
with that.
Aaron, no.
No, it's
Aaron,
fine.
we already have games. We have Stardew and KOTOR that are on this chopping block.
If Smash becomes 11, that means my Kirby Air Ride bumps up to number 7 on my personal list. So, I'm okay with that. Sure.
And Brandon, where do you fall in the mix? I'm guessing a lot of these are just you haven't touched, so they're kind of in your how easy is it to get you to play these games kind of camp.
Yep, and not having said anything for a while. It's kind of funny sitting here just listening to you all go about it. It's a nice little break. But anyway, to give you an idea,
of what's been discussed, the only ones you would really fight for would be KOTOR, right?
Yes.
And Kingdom Hearts. He nominated that one, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like of what's in the floating around in the conversation right now.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell all of you 8 through 13 of how we have ranked on the 20. One of those has already been ranked. So keep that in mind just as a point of comparison and reference. Number 8, Pokemon. Number 9, Smash. Number 10, Super Mario Galaxy. Number 11, Diablo 2. Number 12, Bubble Bobble. Number 13, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
All right, so Aaron, it sounds like you have to make a deal with Brandon.
God damn it, Brandon. This is retribution for me not liking Uncharted, isn't it? This is
retribution for, telling to not having a unanimous veto. I carry a grudge.
I mean, again, that like the unanimous veto thing was your doing. He just tried to veto.
That back when I nominated Gauntlet and the veto needed to be completely unanimous for it to be standing.
I didn't have a veto.
No, Scott vetoed it.
No, you would have had. He's saying you would have had. You didn't help him override the veto, basically.
Oh. I had
Gauntlet.
no power in that.
Yeah, I think Xyger had already kind of screwed you over there.
That was
anyway,
Xyger. I had no power in that situation. Don't be blaming me. Blame the system.
I blame all of you. I blame Trevor for creating this. I blame Xyger for being a master manipulator.
No.
I blame Scott for doing the veto in the first place. And, okay, fine. Guilty by association. You're still getting blamed.
God.
So, rip Xeno Chronicles 2 on Brandon's list.
Aaron, like I said, I can guarantee you Xenoblade at least in the top 10. You just put KOTOR under the bus, and then you put Stardew right above it.
I can't make that sort of decision, Xyger.
Okay, then I'm with Brandon. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at number whatever the lowest is at the moment.
12? 12.
You
basically just immediately betray Aaron here.
I tried to make that deal with Aaron. He said no. I'm not betraying him. I can't betray someone I never made a deal with.
So then the 12 and 11 in the conversation would be Stardew, and we'd still, because we're still going to run into kind of a 2v2 ish in Star Wars KOTOR versus Xenoblade probably. So let's lock down our number 12. Are we good with Stardew, or do we want to keep
lock it?
It's Xenoblade.
Sorry, who was that? Was that Aaron saying lock it in at 12?
Yes. Lock it in.
I say Xenoblade.
Xyger wants to sacrifice Xenoblade. Scott, you're still on the Stardew at 12 kind of spot, and Brandon, where are you at?
Stardew was number 16 before I went through that 8 through 13th list, so it sounds like it's a 3-1 Stardew. All
right, so it sounds like Stardew is gonna get take the L here. Sorry, Xyger. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in. And then, so now we have one final game to decide for this week's episode, and then everything else gets to make it into the prestigious top 10. And I say prestigious in the most facetious of air quotes. So we got KOTOR in the conversation. We got Xenoblade in the conversation. Where are we falling with Smash Brothers in the everybody but Xyger realm of things?
I'm fine with either KOTOR being 11 or Smash being 11.
Just not Xenoblade.
Just
being
not
11.
Xenoblade, goddammit.
This is your Uncharted 4 on this list. You want to push this to next week's episode.
Oh, do I want to push it to next week's episode? Yes, but I don't know if I'll fight as hard as Brandon fought for Uncharted.
Fair.
That was admirable.
Yeah.
You have me in your camp, though. I'm helping you. I'm with you. You're my Xeno bro.
Oh,
that's where so you in this in the conversation here, Scott. Then you would push for Smash to be at 11.
Yeah,
because you're where would you fall in the Xenoblade versus Star Wars camp?
I have KOTOR above Star Wars currently.
Okay.
KOTOR is Star Wars. You have KOTOR above Xenoblade?
I have KOTOR
yeah.
above Xenoblade. Yes.
There you go.
Thank you for catching that.
Okay. Okay.
My mind is not working.
I was
right
like,
now, Aaron.
KOTOR's above Star Wars. What? Oh,
I was
God.
like,
Wait,
how?
All right, so then are we gonna? Does anybody, Xyger?
Smash.
Do you have any allies here to keep Smash in your top 10, or do you want to start sacrificing, Kirby's Air Ride and stuff?
No, God, Trevor.
Dude, no, because
This is a serious show.
I don't want to sacrifice Kirby Air Ride. Are you kidding me?
Kirby Air Ride is going to the top 10. That's a guarantee. It's
So you're pitting Sakurai against Sakurai.
Yeah, no. So it's not so much finding allies for Smash Wii U, it's just finding allies for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being lower on the list than other games. Like,
now you've completely turned on Aaron. Now
Come
you
on.
are actively working against him at this
you
point.
see, Aaron and I could have had Star Wars KOTOR down here because we both haven't played the game, but he chose to put Stardew underneath KOTOR. So I can't back him on Xenoblade Chronicles 2 anymore because he betrayed Stardew.
But we didn't make a deal, so I didn't betray you. Those were your
I tried to make the
exact
deal.
words.
You said no.
Yeah, but that means I didn't betray you. Those are your exact words.
Yeah, I'm a hypocrite. All right, let's see.
Cool. Got it.
Okay. I know Brandon has Xenoblade Chronicles 2 lower on his list. And Scott, you just said you had KOTOR above or
KOTOR is
below?
closer to number 1 than Xeno is.
Okay. So, Brandon, where did you say you had it on your list?
You're talking about Smash
Compared
or
to
KOTOR?
both. Which one is ranked higher, Smash or KOTOR? Or not
KOTOR.
KOTOR, Xenoblade. Smash and Xenoblade.
Smash is over Xenoblade because Smash is of the games I haven't played, it is the second easiest to convince me to play. Again, overall rankings, it is sitting at number 9.
Okay, quick question about that, Brandon. With Smash Ultimate out, is it still would it still be that easy to convince you to play Smash for Wii U instead of Ultimate?
That's the same thing for Diablo 2 because the sequel is out for both of those games. It is actually much easier to convince me to play said
Yeah, but
sequels. But within the
Diablo 2 and
confines,
Diablo 3 are very different.
Diablo 2
But
is
within
a
the
different story. It's a different single-player game. Smash Brothers are all just like fighters. They're all
That's
just
a lie.
They're all just party game fighters.
as I was saying, within the confines of these 20, the 20 that I've provided, and we're now sitting here with 11 games remaining to pick from, putting down Diablo 2 in front of me, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in front of me, and Smash in front of me, I'm going to play Smash first, then Diablo 2 second, before switching to Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Is that because time commitment to invest in those is the lowest, or is that a factor versus personal tastes in those games and stuff?
For Xenoblade, that is the primary reason why in terms of length. However, the unifying criteria for me personally among all three is what the game has to provide me that I find entertaining. For Smash, we're going to get to this in a later episode, but it's got Cloud in it. There you go. For Diablo 2, I like the aspect of the gameplay style in terms of getting loot, getting better, and in order to progress through the story. But between that and Smash, the reason why I can do Smash is, again, it's something that I can do, and it's actually best with friends, whereas Diablo 2 is something that's single player. But when I'm having to compare that
Diablo
to
2 is
Xenoblade,
multiplayer.
it has multiplayer?
Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Diablo 2 is a multiplayer game. All Diablos are multiplayer.
And then comparing...
It'd be co-op, yeah. It'd be multiplayer co-op.
And
I mean,
then
you can play it single player. I've played them all single player. But you can get a party of people together with you and play them with friends.
And then comparing that Diablo 2 with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, again, because I haven't played these games, the experts here will need to make sure to give me the proper education. How much of a commitment is it? Would I need to play a previous Xenoblade and would I have to play a previous Diablo to enjoy both of the respective games?
No. It is
Yeah.
a commitment.
Technically, the story of Diablo 2 does follow Diablo 1, but you don't need to play Diablo 1 to kind of understand what's going on in Diablo 2. Whereas with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's kind of like Final Fantasy in it's got a number attached to it, but you don't need to play the previous Xeno games, or it's not really connected. So it's its own thing.
Yeah, I think from a very superficial like level there, you're looking more at like, do you want to get into a lengthy JRPG or a lengthy action RPG, or is going to be your big top level differences in Xenoblade versus Diablo 2 there? Because I think neither of them really hinge on having played the first games in the way that like Uncharted, and even Uncharted, as I touched on last week, doesn't hinge on it, but you get more out of it. I would say in those cases, and again, I haven't played Xenoblade, but from my understanding, you'll get references to characters and stuff, but if you don't have that touchstone, you'll still be fine. You'll still get just as much out of the experience.
Well, it doesn't really sway one way or the other for me personally. Because,
Yeah.
again, as I said at the very top of today's episode, it's like 8 through whatever we have left, I'm malleable with. It does not matter to me one way or the other because everybody else is more into all those games than I am. I got my small moral victory for having Uncharted at 15, so I'm going to kick my feet up and let y'all fight it out.
I don't know, because it might come down to you being a tiebreaker.
You are the decider.
Do you want to ally with Xyger, who you allied with to get Uncharted 4 on the list, to
I helped
keep
you.
Super Smash Brothers for next week's episode, or do you want to side with Scott and Aaron here and let Super Smash be at 11, and then everything else moves into the top 10?
See, here's the thing, though, Brandon. No matter what happens, because of the games you chose, the rest of your games are in my top 5, so it doesn't matter. I have nothing to offer you.
Aaron,
Okay.
we can revisit the conversation and just put Star Wars KOTOR at
Listen,
12.
making a deal with you would sully the Xenoblade name. All right.
Would it though?
It would taint the victory. It would not be.
Why?
Because I would have won by false means.
Would you though?
Yes.
I don't believe that. I feel like we can all three of us can agree that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a great game. You haven't played KOTOR. I don't know why you're fighting so hard to keep KOTOR higher on the list. We could just
I'm fighting
set it.
so hard because it's KOTOR. I just put Smash down there.
No, Smash is such a great game.
It's fine. Smash is fine. It's a fine
Aaron,
game. It's whatever.
You're putting KOTOR, a game you haven't played, above Smash and Stardew? When we mentioned Stardew, when we
Specifically
nominated
Smash
it, you
for
said it was so
Wii U.
good.
I'm with. Yeah, this is Smash for Wii U.
What do you have against the Wii U? What did the Wii U ever do to you?
I don't own a Wii U.
It did nothing for anybody.
Yeah,
I think that's the problem.
If this was Smash Ultimate or even like Smash Melee or something, I feel like it would deserve to be higher.
Yeah, we'd be
But
having a very
Smash
different
Wii U
conversation.
just
It's fine. It's Smash.
Aaron,
it's whatever.
the only
it
reason
did its job that gave us the groundwork that would be it's proto ultimate. It's like it set up the Legos that would then hold the gloriousness that is Smash Ultimate.
Aaron, think about this real quick. The only reason Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is even on this list was because I did not veto it. Because I was going to nominate Smash Ultimate.
Wow.
Remember, we had this conversation.
No.
And I let you have this. I let you have that.
You hold nothing over me, Xyger, and I want you to know that. And I want you to know that I'm pushing hard for KOTOR because Scott likes it. And I know that Scott has my back when it comes to Xenoblade, so...
We're Xeno bros.
But
We're Xeno bros.
We can all win. We can all have Xenoblade and Smash in the top 10.
Yeah, but,
And we can
But I think that only
Smash
means
Wii
you
U
win.
doesn't
that means
deserve
because
top
Xenoblade
10.
wins.
because if Scott wants KOTOR in the top 10, I'm gonna help my boy. All right.
All right, so it sounds like unless Xyger can really work it out, sounds like Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U is going to be our number 11.
Well, no, Brandon, you said your current lowest ranked one was Xenoblade, right? Or am I mistaken there?
The most current, lowest ranked that has no deals or personal preferences notwithstanding. I actually have 2 games lower than Xenoblade, but I am not going to waste time bringing either of them up because they're going to be in later episodes, so I'm not even going to bother.
Okay, so of the 3 in contention, Obviously, we know KOTOR's higher on your list, but Smash or Xenoblade, if we go by your list, it becomes a 2v2 tie for Xenoblade, right? Because you would basically put Xenoblade here at 11, and then Scott. So it would be Scott and Aaron versus Xyger and Brandon.
Okay, now Aaron, do you
is
really
that
want
what you
that
want
to
to do,
happen?
Brandon?
Xyger, you stop. You ain't convincing me, buddy.
No, it's going to be 2v2, and then Trevor has to decide.
Your words are falling on deaf ears, Xyger.
But now your argument is trying to convince Trevor to put.
If that's where Brandon falls, is that where you fall? Brandon?
Yes.
Again,
You're
because
not
of my,
Brandon.
and because of my malleability, by default, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 beneath Smash Brothers. My only real concern, the one thing that is like 99.9% of the way for me making that decision, is not who I can deal with, but who I'm going to hurt in this situation. Because if I decide to say, okay, let's put Smash at number 11, then that hurts Xyger, and Xyger becomes my enemy in the next episode and episode thereafter. Whereas if I say Xenoblade Chronicles 2, well, I've been fighting the tag team tandem of Scott and Aaron for the last 3 or 4 weeks, it feels like.
Okay,
So
Brandon,
I'm like,
let me hit you with this. No matter what happens, I'm on your side because of the games you picked.
you do realize that those two I'm fighting to be in the top 5, as in the last episode.
They're
regardless.
in my
Like
top.
KOTOR,
They're in my top 5. So
like KOTOR,
that's
I
fine.
have at number 4, and that's something I want to be as high as possible. But before we even got into last week's episode, I was kind of mentally preparing to see that in the 10 through 6 episode. So I want to drag KOTOR up at least one more week. If you can guarantee that KOTOR will be...
I'm on your back. KOTOR, if you put Smash at 11, KOTOR will be in the top 10.
I mean, that by default, yes, that happens.
No,
By default, yeah, but we can put Xenoblade there, and it'll still happen.
Yeah,
But
but then
personal-
I won't be mad at you. That's the only thing
Again, I would say, like,
that's the only
you're,
thing
you're concerned, Brandon, about Xyger being your enemy. He's already shown in this episode that he will flip on a dime to be your enemy.
That's not true.
Regardless.
I was saying that you're
It's exactly what you did with Xenoblade.
No, we never...
Okay.
No.
I have
Xyger,
2
stop.
questions. These 2 questions will make my decision. Number 1.
Got it.
And I think this is going to be, it's kind of a quote-unquote cheat, but hypothetically, Trevor, if it did come down to a tie, without going into arguments on either side, which way would you be preliminarily leaning?
No,
I'm not gonna answer that.
I'm vetoing that.
The reason why I
that
asked that question is question number 2 is when we get to the top 10 and we get to the likes of Kirby Air Ride, and I really do feel like if I do Smash, we're going to have this KOTOR versus Xenoblade Chronicles 2 argument again next week. I want to know where everybody's thinking in terms of keeping Kirby Air Ride at 10, and then how much of a debate we're still going to have with KOTOR Xenoblade next week.
Here's my thing. Xenoblade deserves to make it into the top 10. That's my argument here. Smash is whatever. I don't care about Smash. KOTOR, I've never played, so sure. Top 10, whatever. I'm fine with KOTOR being above Xenoblade if they're both in the top 10.
So here's what I'm going to
I'll
do.
relinquish.
My decision is made. I've made up my mind. On the sole basis that because with the games that are remaining, with the fact that of my, as I said earlier, my malleability, and the fact that because of what I went through last week, fighting as hard as I can for Uncharted to get into this episode, I respect the hustle and respect the passion for Xenoblade getting into next week. So my final vote locked in. No more arguments will be taken. Smash at 11.
All right, so
dare you.
that's
Excellent.
3v1 on Xyger, so
right.
I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. Xyger has made powerful enemies of everybody, and Super Smash
That's an
Brothers
opinion.
for the Wii U
No, it's a fact. I can vouch for that. Yeah.
becomes our 11th greatest game of all time. So still a very, solid showing, especially for a Wii U game. And yeah, that's going to wrap up this week's episode here. And I look forward to diving into the Kirby Air Ride, Xenoblade, and Star Wars debate next week, it sounds like. So, because, yeah, now of
Air
those
Ride
three,
at
I know
10.
which one Xyger now wants to get Kirby's Air Ride as high as he can and not
Oh,
7
no,
out of 10
I'm fine
anymore.
with it 10.
Okay. Well, we will see.
We will see.
So yeah, that's number 15. We have Uncharted 4: A Thief's End for the PlayStation 4. Number 14, we have Animal Crossing: New Leaf for the 3DS. Number 13, Minecraft for mobile. Number 12, Stardew Valley for the Tesla Arcade. And number 11, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. That is 3 games of Xyger's taken out of the running this week.
I know the
Xyger.
feeling.
Big rip. So Xyger, you have 2 games left on the list because you were the only one on this list with 5 games, right?
No, 6.
Or 6, yeah, sorry, 6 games. So yeah, you still have Kirby Air Ride and Halo Reach to live another day. Cool, good conversation, everybody. I look forward to, now that we're into the prestigious top 10, seeing kind of where some of these play out and see, because now next week it's going to be about like, okay, but what gets into the top 5? So yeah, a lot of fun. Thank you everybody for joining me for another episode. Thank you, audience, for listening. So let's go around the table and kind of make our little plugs. You can follow Scott at SolidSnake120. Anything you want to shout out there, Scott?
Not really. Just be sure to check out the episodes of RPG University. The latest one was on Earthbound with Nathan Brandt from the New Entertainment System podcast. It was a really good one. And everything over at irrationalpassions.com and all the news over at dualshockers.com. So
great. You can follow Brandon at GamesGan. Anything you want to shout out, Brandon?
Yeah, for the next kind of group/person I'm going to shout out this week, I want to highlight No Clip, the team of Danny O'Dwyer and Jeremy Jane of the video documentary guys. Those guys do excellent work. They are about to release their project on the Outer Worlds coming here at the end of the month. They're also about to do a major focus on Arcane, so some projects really looking forward to coming out. And so I advise everybody to check those out and check out their backlog. They do some awesome stuff.
Great. You can follow Xyger at Xyger1337. What do you want to shout out, Xyger? Or any last words to, lament the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U?
The Wii U is underrated. It is amazing. Other than that, just check out myxboxandme.com. I write stuff there. I guess that's it. RIP Wii U. Never forget. It died so the Switch can run.
Sure, yep. And you can follow Aaron at Aaron_Mahler. What do you want to shout out, Aaron?
Oh, just follow Scoot Gang at Scoot Gang Tweets. Check out our top pinned tweet. That's got our new schedule with all our cool content. And yeah, listen to last week's episode of RPG and Show. I almost said RPG University because I was listening to him say it.
Listen to both. Get your RPG fix.
Do that,
cool.
Absolutely.
You can follow me at Trevor J. Starkey on Twitter, and you can follow all of the stuff from That Nerdy Site at That Nerdy Site on Twitter, and check out thatnerdysite.com. We're still trickling out the last little bits of our PAX East coverage. Things got delayed because of illnesses and whatnot, but we're still getting some stuff out. And if I am fortunate enough, I will hopefully have an Ori and the Will of the Wisps review up on the website by the time you hear this. By the time you hear this, I should have it up and ready. I'm trying to finish it up today as we record. So yeah, check out all that stuff and everything else from That Nerdy Site. Remember, like, rate, subscribe, and follow us everywhere you can. We will be back next week for games number 10 through 6 as we enter the top 10 video games of all time for season 2. As always, stay nerdy and be good to each other.